Mike Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor. Welcome to my YouTube station. I've worked thousands of cases, decade at IRS, and I've been on Fox News as a commentator a couple times, ABC, NBC, CBS, NewsNation, Newsmax, and a couple people called me, news stations, and they've asked me what do I think that Donald Trump is going to do with the Internal Revenue Service. Well, the bottom line is we really don't know. There is speculation. I'm giving you nothing but speculation, but I think it's important to understand this that funding the IRS is not important. Trump said that. I think the Harris and Biden administration fund them. And nobody likes funding the IRS, and I know Trump doesn't like funding the IRS. Here's the problem that you got with this, so you understand both sides of this coin. It's both a good and bad thing to fund Internal Revenue Service. Of course, nobody likes the IRS audits or enforcement. They're going to hire more criminal investigators under the Biden-Harris administration with the 800 million, I mean the 80 billion dollar package they got. They were going to have a lot more audits coming out. That's kind of the boo his side of that. But here's what people do not understand: that with the hiring of all these agents this is, by the way, over a period of 10 years. There's a good percentage of this workforce that's going to retire or leave. They're not going to be there saying, "Oh, that's good." Here's the problem with all that. IRS is, I think there's 68 IRS systems run on COBOL. By the way, this COBOL software it came about in the 60s. They have at least 60 or 70 of these programs that cannot talk to the new programs. So when you want questions answered about your tax return, your refund, anything that's going on with the IRS systems and even processing returns, it's getting harder and harder to do that. 45 to 50% of this money was directly to go to these computer systems and people that operate them. It cost a bundle. Think of how many returns that IRS has processed in years. What, there's about 250 million just 1040s that they process a year. 240 million. So, at the end of the day, when you take payroll tax returns, estate tax returns, excise tax returns, all the tax returns that IRS processes, they've got to be able to do this. You have people that have to answer these questions. You have to have staff. You have to have these programs completely integrated with the old systems. Plus you have to stop ID theft from happening. Oh my God. Most people don't even know this. For the average refund to be issued to you, there's 261 filters that IRS uses to make sure you get that refund and not somebody else. So while I understand it's not popular, I hope, in fact, that the President-elect Trump keeps funding Internal Revenue Service for the at least getting the computer systems processed. I believe at the end of the day he's going to cut some money back, maybe on the enforcement end, but I hope to God he doesn't cut this computer infrastructure away, because it's going to be damaging. And I want to tell everyone one thing. I don't like to take a lot of time up here and chit chat about nothing, but people do want their refunds. They need it. But here's what you have to understand: there's an abundance of tax fraud going on. Most people who listen to me are paying their fair share or a part of their fair share. But the fraud that's going on, that I see and other people see, is through the roof. Someone has to stop this. They have to stop criminal enterprises from going on, because it takes huge chunks out of our economy. Plus, there's only one cash register, isn't it? There's only one cash register for the government. It's the Internal Revenue Service. So just take all this into consideration. I'm for funding the Internal Revenue Service myself, because I understand how important it is. We have to keep the country moving. You can't take away the money. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. If you have an IRS problem, boom, give me a subscription if you would. I'm an insider. I always tell you the truth. I'm also a commentator on many news stations. Thank you.